He's pointing. I was like, that's how you do it. That's funny. Hey everyone, welcome to Elevate Your Power Level, where we analyze the artwork, life lessons, and sports movements from anime. In this video, I'll be reacting to Kuroko no Basket Season 2, Episode 2. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and turn on notification bell for weekly reaction videos, and sign up below for my Patreon for early access to all my reaction videos. Now let's get this Kuroko party started. Ooh, already start from the tip off. By the way, when they say, that sounded like when they said tip off. I don't know what he's saying, like tip off, tip off. That sounded like the versus screen from Capcom versus SNK, or a lot of the SNK announcers.
Capcom versus SNK.
I just thought it was so funny. You put a piece of candy on top. Every anime has a 2 meters tall person. Kurochin. He does look more mature in his face. The basketball which Kuroko plays. I wonder if the original intro also has that English, or is that part adapted just for the Western audiences? That's such a cool scene with all the lights. Let's watch that again. I forgot that happened. We have all these like radiant, different color, vibrant lights crossing into the Kuroko no Basket intro text at the Winter Cup. What is the Winter Cup? I thought they were playing in a street ball tournament. Ooh, for once, Kuroko showed some negative emotion. But the way he's doing that is condescending, like patting someone on the head, like treating them like a little boy. Murasakibara. I wonder if they're playing on the same team. That would be pretty intense. Would I hold chips with 2 fingers? I think I only hold them with these 2, not 3. Yeah, why is everyone surprised that they didn't see him? But I don't remember him playing in that tournament. Akachin and him are on the same team too? Unless they're on separate teams, but he just straight up told him don't play in that tournament. Oh, fight about to break out. I like that, Kagami. Take advantage of the opportunity. This guy is kind of knows how to get under people's skin. He sounds kind of bored, kind of like Kenma from Haikyuu. Alright, that animation where he put the chip in his mouth, it kind of like slid in. His mouth didn't really open to crunch it. Let's see that again. Okay, it did. He just kind of wrapped his lips funny around it. He's an idiot. Yeah, some players just only know how to do one thing. Oh, he knows how to talk to him like a kid. I like Kagami. He just wants to play against good competition to be better. Kagami's smart. He ended up getting him suited up. I wonder why they're not allowed to play unofficial games, if that's the coach's rule or if that's like a league rule. But this should be a good game. Oh, we finally get to see the other senpai play. I noticed that a lot of these anime characters, when they look at you, they kind of look at you like this. They don't really look at you directly all the time, especially when they're in like a menacing mood or maybe when they're trying to build up some intensity. But you should try that one day. Try to talk to somebody and then start talking to them like that to see how they would react. Does anyone realize how awkward that would be? Ho ho, I like that. I think he's actually being honest. He's not trying to talk trash. I wonder if she notices that the other players aren't there. Okay, so she knows that they're there. She's just doing conditioning with the people who aren't playing in the street tournament. They're probably going to go out and watch them. Oh, he beat him in the tip-off. Nice. Oh, man, Kuroko's angry. I like it. This is rare. Into the alley-oop. Ignite the pasa. Maybe Murasakibara is just looking at his skill and evaluating him. No reaction. Ooh, a flashback. Those people are special when you're down by that much, but you still fight. Ooh, Aomine is already in full Aomine mode. Nani? Wow, that was a while ago. Wait a minute. If the senpai is in 12th grade and forgive me if I'm pronouncing his name wrong, Murasakibara is an incoming 9th grade, that means that they're 3 years apart. So they 6th graders beat the 8th grade team. That's impressive. That guy has big hands. They did a good job drawing the proportions. So he's there just to block. And that is the weakness. Does he get a touch? The sparkles on the ball. Into a swish. How did the clouds get so dark all of a sudden? Oh, that's dangerous when the floor starts to get wet. I would just stop playing. You don't want to tear anything. But maybe this will work to their advantage. He's probably just going to stand there and swat it. He senses his energy. Oh, they have to cancel it. Maybe transferring indoors? Yeah, this is their day off practice. And the coach is smiling so much. They're hoping for a free look on the wet t-shirt. But maybe it'll stop raining all of a sudden. Poor guy. He just wants to settle the situation of their friendship. Is he gonna shoot? But what the? He went through his hand? Maybe a fast early release? What is that technique? Oh, that seems to be the theme of so many of these animes, which is good. Like just being the underdog and... Oh, don't touch him on his head. That's so condescending. He still called it kun. I like that. Kuroko's starting to get some more grit. Kind of have a similar attitude as Aomine. It's boring if you don't have competition that's going to push you, which I can relate to in terms of players I've coached. I've never been in that position because I've never been that good, but I can see how highly talented and skilled players, they just crave competition, and if they're not going to get high level competition, it's easy for them to be disengaged. I wonder why she looks so distressed. It's a little tight. Maybe because they had different philosophies of how to approach basketball. Oh, and just because he was tall, he was probably just forced to play. Ah, that makes sense. He just has this general disinterest. But does he think Kuroko is a skilled player? That's the real question. Man, those words cannot ring truer. Let's read this out loud. It's true you cannot win just because you love the game. Just because you love the game doesn't mean you're going to be good at it, and just because you love the game doesn't mean you're going to win, because there could be better players who just are simply going to be more talented and more athletic and more skilled, even if they like the game less than you. But you can work hard because you do, because you love it. And when you win, you're happy from the bottom of your heart. So true. It's just pure love for the game. Aha. I like that. He likes to be part of this team because everyone loves to play. I like how Kuroko is not even phased. Why is she so distressed? I forgot if the... Oh, he's injured his elbow. Aumine's elbow. But I wonder if she... I think she's the team manager for that team because she goes to that school. You may be a... Oh, a B as in a B cup. Yeah, because they didn't have to work as hard. So true. By the way, this is not just some magical philosophy that Kuroko came up with. This is very true. So talent actually comes from your brain. Your brain is actually the computer that creates athletic movement. It fires an impulse like electricity, and it coordinates all these nerve endings and muscles to move your bones and your ligaments in a way to create movement. And it's actually just, people who are more athletic are just have very highly coordinated signaling in their brain, and they can do things, they can fire faster than the average person. However, it is true, if you don't train your body, like lift weights, maintain strength, work on stability and mobility, you will injure yourself because your brain isn't always fully aware of the limits of your body. Like, for example, there's a mechanism called the Golgi tendon. So sorry not to get too sciencey, but if you think about it, why does my elbow stop here? If I could actually turn on this tricep muscle completely, it will keep bending to the point where it breaks. And so that's an example of where your brain can actually fire in a way where it will injure itself. Now, I'm not saying that everyone's going to hyperextend their elbow and break their elbows in the game, but if you move like 5% faster than your body can handle, then your body is not going to be able to decelerate and absorb that force, and it will injure yourself. On the other hand, you have the athletes like Seirin who are putting in the work with conditioning, getting stronger, trying out different movements to make the body more well-rounded so it can fully express itself athletically without injuring itself. So this is actually a very important core principle of exercise science. Oh, so he did have to push himself more just to beat Kisei. Well, at least the coach actually did something that Aomine didn't want to do by benching him. Oh, don't show your ugly face around here again. That is messed up. Yes. Good job for standing up for yourself. He deserved that. Come on, transfer schools. You can wear all the tight shirts you want at the seirin practice. Oh, she probably feels like she has to care for Aomine because he's so reckless. That's funny. Interesting. He's like rubbing his head like a pet, rubbing her head like a pet. He's pointing. I was like, that's how you do it. That's funny. Okay, Momoi-san. That's her name. I just like how Kuroko is so oblivious of her affection. Ooh, some secret. Interesting why he doesn't want to play against him. But the fact that players can make these calls more than the coach, that's surprising to me. Wait, let me read that again. After his team beat Toho, he was asked if he couldn't have beaten us more easily if he had played. Okay. He said only one thing in reply. That it wouldn't have been interesting. Okay, so everyone's playing for an excitement, not because of the love of all the basketball. Very insightful. That just seems to be the common theme. All except for Midorima. Oh, he's gonna practice some shooting with Momoi. Like a basketball date. Dude, watch. What if she ends up being like a badass basketball player? Ooh, the lights on the eyes on the lights. Lights on the eyes. What was that? The disappearing crossover. Eyes are so intense. Moon is blue like his eyes. Why is she happy all of a sudden? Oh, Kuroko actually smiled. So maybe he does have some feelings for her. I want to revisit that idea of where I said how all the Generation Miracle players are easily bored because they're too talented. And yet Kuroko, who's the sixth man, plays the game because he loves it, but maybe that's because he's not as talented as the Generation Miracle, so there's always something to work on. But I want us to think deeper about why people who are usually born very talented tend to get bored very easily. I mean, you see this in the classroom. Usually the smartest student tends to be disengaged from class because they already know everything, or when they learn something, they apply it right away and then are just waiting for the next step. So before we assume that these people have bad character or poor work ethic, it kind of reminds me of Kageyama's journey of where you become so talented, but it's up to the coach and the teacher to continue to find new challenges for your best players and your best students to still be engaged, and to teach them that type of work ethic where, yes, you might be the best player on the team, but can you also be the best teammate? Can you be the best leader? Give them some assignments and challenges where maybe it's their job to help their team win without ever shooting a basketball, or maybe they can only pass the ball, or maybe they can only play on defense. How else can they help their team win? So it's not really their fault for being like this. It's really up to the coach to teach them how to use their talent in productive ways that are going to benefit the team and not just be individually talented players like Aomine's current high school coach. Now, talented players who continue to get away with this eventually develop very big weaknesses, such as their body breaks down because they don't put in the work to build up their body. But also when they do have a slightly off day, a team that works a lot harder generally will come out on top in the end. So I'm curious to see if that will be a theme in the future of this season.